How's it going, Mullenites? It's the long-awaited return you've all been waiting for. Not really. Obviously, I've been out of the loop a little bit with what's going on with Mullen for the past month. I discussed that last week when I sort of said what's been going on in my personal life. Anyway, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and putting out a bit more semi-regular Mullen content. Plus, I'll be obviously posting my other things. But I did go to make a video the other day, but when the company put out the news about looking to focus on commercial vehicles and the expenses it's expected to save on by doing so. Now, obviously, at the time when that news came out, the stock actually popped by about 11 cents, which is obviously welcome, but the stock's clearly been down. But what's been interesting is in the days that followed, the stock has actually had two successive down days. Partly, there's been a bit of like dampening sentiment around the market, which might have dragged down the stock to an extent, but I think what's really going on here with Mullen Automotive is, again, it's the messaging from the company. So, think back a little while ago. Mullen Automotive, Dave Mitchery comes out, we want to be the number 2 EV company in America, in the world, behind Tesla, although you never bring yourself to say Tesla. But that's what his aspiration was. And, it's obviously, a very lofty aspiration, but, something good to aim for as a company. And as such, the company has really spread itself thin by looking to get into many different facets of the EV world, whether it be vehicles with different purposes, battery production, investing in AI systems and stuff. So, for a company that wasn't actually really selling anything, they were spreading themselves really thin. They're raising a lot of money and basically running up huge costs for at the at the price of the shareholders. So, but there was this long-term dream that we're going to be this big successful EV company that has products in different segments. This news that they've come out now today is, well, not today, the other day, about cutting the expenses and focusing on commercial vehicles, is probably something that the company needed to do initially, not trying to come out and be like, talking a big game and, for an upstart company. They really needed to focus on one segment of the market to start with, then expand from there. And this is like a realization that the company's going through, and the messaging it sends the market is, it can be interpreted a few ways. Like, my initial thought was like, yes, this is sensible. We need to focus on commercial production. This is where revenue's coming. We need money. The company's losing a lot of money. We're burning through a lot of cash, and I haven't looked recently, but there's very strong talk around the fact that the company probably needs to do another equity raise at some point this year. So that doesn't look great. Also, it's sort of an admission that the company is, burning through too much cash, and they might have some concerns about their ability to actually raise money going forward. So therefore, they have to look at other ways that they can remain financially viable, i.e. reining in their expenses. So, there's a lot that the market can look into this and say, it's a negative development for the company. In my honest opinion, it's obviously the sensible move that the company should have been doing from the start. Focusing just on commercial vehicles and those sales, because that's where the cash is coming in from. But it could be a case of, the market also interpreting the company as, tripping themselves over, not really knowing what's going on with the market and how to read, the environment that they're operating in. And I think that's kind of really sort of rubbing off on the share price in recent trading sessions. Admittedly, Mullen trends down anyway. So, I think this decision to any PR that the company puts out, there's always like a couple of perspectives you can look at it from. And generally I find it tends to like lean towards the negative. And, just looking at the historic share price action, after factoring in reverse stock splits, you can really see that with the company. Anyway, I think it's just to sort of conclude my thoughts here, I just think, while this is probably a decision the company should have made at the start, when they first started operating, just to focus on getting commercial vehicles to the market that make money, I think the fact that they've wasted all this money on pursuing other endeavors in the meantime, and diluting their share value in the process, this is kind of like really just coming home now for the company. I think they've really sort of put their foot in their affairs, and this official announcement to focus on commercial vehicles and reining expenses is kind of like a bit of PR spin on that realization as a company that they might have trouble raising more money. And, obviously investors have a lot of concerns about what they're doing with their outgoings. Anyway, just a couple of thoughts. I've been a bit out of the loop, so I might be a bit rusty with, what I talk about and jump all over the place, but that's my usual style. Share your thoughts on Mullen Automotive here. I'll try and come back semi-regularly again and try and keep doing some videos on it. I hope you're all doing really well. Until next time, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.